Hey, beautiful seekers, welcome. Are you dealing with a Taurus? Taurus, if you're here, I'm sorry, my love, this is not for you. And if you choose to stay here, you do you, boo, but keep in mind, I might throw some shade. I might not. I might say that you're amazing. I don't know yet. I mean, you are amazing, but you can also be an ass. I don't know. All signs, all signs. So if you are a Taurus and you're here and I'm throwing shade, and talking about the issues and the challenges of dealing with you, you knew what you were getting into. So if you feel like you might be triggered by it or get sensitive by it, watch your reading. Your reading is already up. It's linked below. I don't know. I was about to say I kiss your ass over there, but not even. But it will be better than here. Okay. All right. So as for the other seekers who are dealing with a Taurus, and by the way, I thought this could be fun. This is a new thing. So my existing seekers, hi, let me know how you like this. If this is something you want to keep seeing. If it is something you want to keep seeing and you enjoy, I will keep doing this. However, if there's no, if there's no reciprocation, if there's no respond, then I won't. Okay, this is a trial. Let's see how this trial works. Just let me know. And if you're new to my channel, hello. Normally I do monthly readings for all the zodiac signs. This is not instead, this is in addition, because I thought it would be fun. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Taurus cross-watchers, dealing with a Taurus. Message for my seekers of all signs who are dealing with a Taurus. And if you're in the house, say hello. The cross-watchers who are dealing with the Taurus. What do they need to know? Wow, the cards are silent. I feel like Taurus is either being quiet, or if they're speaking, they're not saying everything, right? They're keeping the cards to themselves, literally, close to their chest. For whatever reason, they don't feel comfortable in telling you how they feel or what they think about the two of you and the situation. They are either worried that if they'll speak like their mind and their heart, then it wouldn't be accepted well. It's a projection. I mean, it might apply to you as well, but I feel like what's going on inside of them is that they've been, Taurus. Taurus is extremely open-hearted. They have some of the most open heart space in the zodiac sign, more than the water signs. They are Gaia, right? They contain everything. Similarly to Cancer a little bit, but in an even more loyal way, to a fault. Okay, they have deep feelings, right? So just to circle back to my point, they have been open before because that's how they are. When they feel, they're very expressive about it. Taurus is not a sign that plays games. Taurus is a sign that goes all in or all out. And in the past, it wasn't either reciprocated or even disrespected a bit. It really hit them it created insecurity. A lot of things have created insecurity for Taurus throughout their entire life, pretty much, because their kindness have been taken advantage by everyone, pretty much. And yet there's been this constant flow of faith and trying again. And at this point, now that they're dealing with you, they're at a point where they have learned how to set up boundaries. The thing is, it's still in the baby steps of learning how to put up boundaries. So sometimes they're not sure if this the appropriate boundary, is this not the appropriate boundary? Is this appropriate, or I'm just being paranoid? So they kind of go back and forth with what they're supposed to tell you when they're bothered with something. Okay, if I say this, am I being a good communicator, or am I just being extra clingy, right? They go back, they go back and forth. So I feel like your Taurus just chooses not to say anything. So if you're not sure, and I'm not referring to a Taurus that you've taken for granted for a really long time, and they stayed and they stayed and they stayed and they stayed, and now, and they've always been available, but now they're like nowhere to be found. That's a Taurus that doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Sorry. And they've closed off. What I'm talking about is a Taurus that is still communicative with you, responsive to you. However, it's kind of not clear to you how exactly they feel. Like sometimes you think they're really into me. Sometimes you're like, are they into me? Because sometimes they give you like the cold, like the poker face, right? I'm picking up on a poker face. They just don't want to show concern because they don't want it to be seen as weakness or oversensitivity, right? So if you feel like you've been doing something that the Taurus might not like, Four of Wands, they're really into you though. They're really, really interested. This is mutual. There is a lot of love, and also looking ahead, like thinking, I can have something with this seeker, like in Taurus's mind. Like this could be a real thing. And I think that's probably why they're a little bit like feeling a lot on the inside, not necessarily showing. By the way, I've turned on that only subscribers can comment on my live streams. So if you're trying to comment and you're not able, it's because you're not subscribed. So I don't know why you're not subscribed. So if you want to comment, subscribe, and it will let you comment. It's interesting because I have a few people in the house. Hello, none of you subscribed. That's weird. So let me know. Okay, if you are subscribed, let me know that you're here. Otherwise, I'll assume that every single person in the room is not subscribed. And it's like, now you're going to have to watch a video of a cross-watcher for Morgane. Cross-watching for Morgane. Morgane is pissed. Oh, hello. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Frank. Now you're talking. Where have you been? Why didn't you say hello to me? Do you want me to make a cross-watcher video about dealing with Morgane and be like, Morgane is pissed. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining. Love to have you here. Let me know later how you feel, or even now how you like this this new type of reading a video. So Taurus is in, but I'm really picking up that Taurus is not fully communicating that they're in, that they're interested. And you might be wondering about that because you feel like you might be getting mixed signals. It's not mixed signals. It's positive signal that is true and sincere versus poker face. I don't want to show too much. Maybe this person will take advantage of me or take me for granted or think that I'm being too much or something like that. Okay. Wow. The Lovers and Judgment. Guys, this is something big. What you have with this Taurus is very meaningful, very spiritual. Hello, Tanja. Oh, there you guys are. It's very meaningful, very spiritual. It's it serves as a type of remembering for you for what love is, what love can be. This could be a past lifetime connection, love, because of the Judgment and the Lovers and the Ace of Cups. It feels like a reawakening of something very, very deep and very, very ancient and very, very old. So you probably know this person. Now, this can also come with a decision that has to be made. Okay. There's a crossroad. A path needs to be chosen. It is chosen, but the thing is, it's big, so it means it's a process. So if you feel like the Taurus needs to choose you somehow, show them that you're present, show them that you're interested so that they know, right? If you're the one who needs to make a choice between Taurus and something else or someone else, it looks pretty clear that you're going for the Taurus. But the thing is, you have to communicate it to them clearly, because they're picking up on the dilemma, or they're picking up on that you're going through some major life change or evolution, and they're making it about themselves. They think that either you don't like them or whatever, right? So be good. I thought this will go to the shady kind of energy of like showing the shade of the person that you're dealing with, but currently it's not coming through. I think Taurus is being very sweet, just maybe a little odd to you. It was so quiet until I pressed go live, and then they started moaning the lawn. Anyway, let's ignore it. Are you guys hearing this? Let me know if you're hearing this. And do I have any moderators? I have 3 times as much people in the chat than we have likes. So most of us didn't support with a like. Good morning, Lisa. Okay. What else does Seeker dealing with the Taurus needs to know? King of Pentacles. They're very serious. They're very mature. They're very grounded. But they're also really expect you to be mature and grounded. Like, you got to do the things according to by the book. You got to do things by the book with them, Seeker. They don't want, creative flakiness. No, they want someone who knows what they want, who can deliver, who says that they'll do something and they do it on time, the way they said they'll do it. And if for whatever reason you can't, or something comes up, to let them know. You need to treat this like, okay, you would not bail or flake on a client or on your boss, right? Doesn't matter what you're going through, what you're doing, what you're dealing with, how busy you are, how moody you are. If the boss calls you, or if an important client calls you, if an opportunity calls you, right? Business like, you're going to make it work. You're going to communicate. You're going to treat them properly with respect, right? So this is what the Taurus brings and also expects. Like, don't be shady with them, or do with them something, or allow yourself to do something that you wouldn't do otherwise. This is also like someone who's, I feel like Taurus is trying, it's either you or them. It could be both of you. Like, figuring if the other person is the kind of person that they can bring to a ball, or to a business dinner, or to something formal, and that they can feel reassured that they won't embarrass them, that they'll know how to play the game. This doesn't mean that you have to be a socialite, but that you can hold yourself in society, and not embarrass them. This really matters to the King of Pentacles. Show me more, please, for my seekers, cross-watching, dealing with the Taurus. 10 of Wands. Show me one more. And 7 of Wands. If you have a lot on your plate, if you want to keep Taurus around, and I'm not telling you what to do, okay? I'm just telling you, I'm reading the cards. If you have a lot on your plate, but you want Taurus to stick around, and you value them, right? Value this. You got to be super focused on what matters, and not add Taurus to a priority list through different things to handle. Like, don't let Taurus feel like you're handling them, or like you're micromanaging them to fit into your schedule, or like the Taurus will pick up on it. There's like extra sensitivity here, like extra sensitivity. They'll pick up on it like that, and they'll close off. This is not the Taurus that you've known a few years ago, or this is not the Taurus that was a few years ago. This is not a Taurus that will just continue staying no matter what out of faith. This is Taurus that went through an incredible growth process, and they're in their zone, they're in their power. So even if they're feeling sensitive or insecure, they're not going to show you. And even if it kills them, but they realize that you're like, that they're like a low priority for you, or they're gonna bail. Hello. They don't want to be on any priority list. It's not like that they want to be on the first on the priority list. They don't want to be on a priority list. They want to be the dotted line, right? They want to be the paper on which you write the list, the ink that you use to write. They're very romantic. Taurus is romantic in general. This person is very romantic. The table on which the paper is on which you write your priority list, the space between the legs of the table, the chair on which you sit, right? It's like, I'm picking up, like, don't put me on a priority list. I'm not even number one. I'm not in a priority list, because when you're on a priority list, it can move, right? It can change according to the times. And Taurus is like, no, bitch. I don't want to be on a list. I am the list, right? I am the hand in which you write it. So that's actually very poetic. That's very romantic. They're tapped into their old self, ancient self, the kind that knows what they're worthy of and can give you all of this. This is, yeah, pretty much. Any other last advice for my seekers dealing with the Taurus, please? 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Guys, if you're just entertained by this and then you're going to be like, it's okay, I know Taurus will stick around. Taurus is so kind. Taurus is so loyal. Taurus is always so understanding. Every time I do something shady, they're like, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. The register is counting. And if this is the first time you meet a Taurus, once a Taurus is done, and you never know that the Taurus can be done until they're done. That's the problem. They're patient. It seems like forever throughout everything, accepting of everything, loving for everything, understanding for everything, until they can't. And the thing is, even when they tell you, hey, this bothers me, they're so articulate about it, mellow about it, patient about it. So it makes you feel like, oh, Taurus is fine. I can do it again and they'll forgive, or I can do it again and they'll be okay. They'll understand. They do understand to a certain degree, but then comes a point without warning when they're done. And then there's no going back. You don't know the Taurus exists anymore. There's no way of reaching Taurus. Okay, so if you're after this, some of you I'm picking up are already after this. You've had the Taurus. The Taurus has been there, have been patient, have been loving, have been super available, accommodating, present. And you just thought, oh, Taurus will be there forever. And until one day they were gone. And if you're at this point watching this, there's no going back. They're done. I'm not going to lie to you, they're done. So for those of you who are still in the process, don't get yourself there, because once you get here with the Taurus, it means you've been very talented in getting yourself there. It means you've worked really hard in sabotaging and disrespecting and belittling the Taurus. Understand? Like and you're really tempted to be like, Morgane, no way Taurus will cut me out. No way. You don't understand how much they love me. They don't understand how much they're present. I always feel their energy. I'm telling you, they will cut you off like a twig. All right, guys, let me read a little and then we'll be on our way. Hello. You're afraid of the Taurus? For seekers who are dealing with a shadow Taurus. Seekers who are dealing with a shadow Taurus. Queen of Wands, 5 of Cups. They're not a shadow Taurus. You probably just did everything I just said here not to do, and this is the point where we're at. I'm sorry. So just retract the steps, go back to text messaging, see Just retract the communication and things that happened and be honest with yourself. I'm looking in this reading for the other person's shade, but I'm not in this reading. I'm not finding it. Maybe next time. Okay, guys, tomorrow I'll do dealing with a Gemini. Thank you for being here. And if you want to watch the Taurus reading, it's linked below. Okay, there's a general tarot reading made just for Taurus. Love you guys. Bye.